Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of Marquette in Motion. We're your hosts, Hallie Kilberg
and Miranda Peters.
To start off today, Miranda and I will be here once again with your update on another Magic of Children auction item.
Although the sun will come out tomorrow, you don't have to wait until tomorrow to hear some fun facts about the musical Annie, both our version and the Broadway version.
Then, in segment 2, some of the kindergartners will be discussing a fun event that was held in their classroom yesterday, the Kindergarten Read.
Justina will be here with all the details on Tuesday's renewal days.
And, as always, the guys will be here with your Marquette sports update.
To start off segment 3, Molly and Maura will have your senior interview.
And, of course, no Marquette in Motion show would be complete without some looking ahead from your hosts.
As we look ahead, next weekend we celebrate Easter, and the following weekend will be another celebration for the Marquette family, the Magic of Children.
On next week's show, Jim Klein, Marquette's Director of Development, will be here to tell us all about the Magic of Children details. But for now, Miranda and I are here to reveal another live auction item.
On Saturday evening, April 7th, you can bid on a fun getaway for 14 to Whispering Meadows Resort just south of beautiful Springbrook.
And do you know what else is fun? Some hard-knock facts about the musical Annie.
There's never been a movie budget as big as the budget to make the movie Annie. It cost $40 million to create the film, about $9.5 million of those dollars going to pay for the rights to do the movie, which is based off the musical.
And the director and creator of the musical, Martin Charman, absolutely hated what the directors of the movie, Annie, had done to his beloved story. He claimed that they cuted up Annie too much and misinterpreted various other characters.
After the taping of the movie, Carol Burnett, who played Miss Hannigan, had reconstructive surgery on her chin. The director then called her, Lily, and Rooster back to do a retake for Easy Street. Thus, Miss Hannigan had two different chins in the movie.
New Jersey, the place in which the taping took place, changed laws specifically for this movie. There were child labor laws then prohibiting children from working after 11 p.m. and before 7 a.m. To shoot the climax of the movie, however, which happened at night, there needed to be more hours to tape during the dark. They got the child labor laws changed and were able to record the scene at night.
And tonight marks the final performance of Marquette's production of Annie, so we thought you might enjoy a few fun facts about our take on the orphan story.
As many of you may know, there are multiple costume changes for all characters, especially for Annie. Some of her dresses were handmade by Mrs. Gloria Petish, who's not only a talented seamstress, but she's also Marquette's awesome librarian and an accomplished musician who is even playing the piano for the musical.
While there were certainly some late nights for the actors of Annie, there were also some late nights for Charlie, who plays the dog Sandy. He sat by the soundboard throughout the musical and was led backstage and then onto stage when it was time for his scenes.
And how did they train Charlie to always go to Jalen? It took a combination of multiple actions. First, no one besides Jalen was supposed to pet him and call him during practice so that he would feel closest to her. Also, any and every pocket of Jalen's costumes was filled with dog treats.
There are various adults close to Marquette who will also be making appearances on our show. Mr. Chris Doss, our director, will play Judge Brandeis, and the comical Bert Healy will be played by, well, we hate to give it away entirely, but we'll give you a hint. His last name begins with a K and ends with an Iser.
So even if you haven't yet come to the show, or even if you have, we hope to see you there tonight. And if the weather is too bad, the show will be moved to tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Just check out our Facebook page to find out.
And lastly, this is Mr. Doss's last production at Marquette, as he will not be returning next year because he's going back to school to continue his education in theater. Thank you, Mr. Doss, for your 3 years of dedication to Marquette's fine arts.
And thank you, listeners, for your dedication to our show. We're going to be right back. That is, after these words from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here are the kindergartners telling us about a fun event that was held in their classroom yesterday.
The kindergarten readers is when we read to parents, and the parents are going to listen to us read.
I'm reading Mother Goose.
I'm reading Big Red Barn. I'm reading Pete the Cat, A Pet for Pete.
I'm reading Who Came Out.
I'm reading The Dinosaur's Race.
I like reading because it's fun and also it's surprising and it's also really and I also learn.
And the kindergartners would like to sing a song.
A me, read to me. If you want me to learn, if you want me to grow, there's one important thing that you need to know. R-E-A-D-T-O-M-E, read to me. R-E-A-D-T-O-M-E, read to me.
Thanks, kindergartners. It sounds like it was a fun day. And up next is Justina informing us on the various renewal days happening at Marquette.
On Tuesday, March 27th, the junior class will be going for a renewal day to Mount St. Francis in Dubuque at 8:20 a.m., where the students will focus on their faith. There will be different activities such as prayer, reading from the Bible, playing a few games, and acting out some scenes from the Bible. Kindergarten through 5th grade students will also be spending part of that morning as a renewal day. Following Mass, students will be mixed by grade and will be visiting the recording studio to record the rosary, which will then be shared with members of our community who are sick. Students will also be participating in Inspirational Readers Theater and will be focusing on praying, fasting, and giving. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Justina Denlinger.
Thanks, Justina. Up next are the guys with the sports report.
Thanks, Miranda. This year's boys golf team has a new face in the coaching position. Mr. Cornelius, who is also the music teacher at Marquette, has taken over as the head coach for the boys golf team.
Boys golf participants include seniors Alex Schwager and Marcus Pruill, junior Jake Kyle, and freshman Tristan Pfiffner.
The girls' returning coach, Mrs. Besch, is accompanied this year by golfers Justina Denlinger, Hannah Sieverding, and Beatrice Kemp.
The first girls and boys golf meet will take place Tuesday, April 3rd at Cal Wheat.
In other sports, track will have their first meet on Thursday, March 29th at Northeast. Boys soccer will kick off their season with a tournament on Saturday, March 31st at Solon. The girls soccer season will begin Tuesday, April 3rd with a match against Wahlert Catholic, and we'll see you right back here next Saturday. From Marquette in Motion, this has been Jeb Schwager
And Garrett Krieg
with your Marquette Sports Report.
Thanks, guys. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Marquette in Motion right after the break. Welcome back to Marquette in Motion. Here now are Molly Minster and Maura Tracy interviewing senior Will Drouse.
Hi, I'm Maura Tracy. And I'm Molly Minster, and we're here with your senior interview, Bill Drouse. Could you tell us a little bit about what events you're involved in here at Marquette?
I'm on the baseball, basketball, cross-country, and soccer team, and I'm also on NHS.
What has been your favorite extracurricular activity?
I really like playing baseball in the summer.
What are your plans for after you graduate high school?
I'm going to attend the University of Iowa in the fall.
What has been your favorite memory from your time at Marquette?
I'd have to say playing baseball with all of my friends throughout the summer.
Who is your favorite teacher?
I really like Mr. Knoll, although I'd never really had him as a high school teacher. I really enjoyed having him as a teacher in junior high because he's just really nice and patient.
Who is your greatest role model?
Probably Mr. Storm, actually, because he just spends a lot of time with me working on my sports and stuff, and all the time that he's dedicated to helping me become a better athlete just means a lot.
What is your favorite school lunch?
I really like French toast sticks, I gotta say.
Since next week marks the start of Easter break, what are your plans for the holiday?
Oh, I'll probably just spend time with friends and family over the 5-day weekend, so.
Do you have any Easter traditions you would like to share with us?
We always have an Easter egg hunt in my family, so that's an annual thing.
Finally, is there a quote or piece of advice you'd like to leave us with today?
I would say always set goals for yourself throughout high school, because if you don't know where you're going, it's kind of hard to make sure you're on the right path.
From Marquette in Motion, this has been Maura Tracy and Molly Minster with this week's senior interview. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, girls. Now Hallie and I will be looking ahead.
Today is the second class for the ACT prep for students here at Marquette.
Tonight is the last showing of the musical Annie, starting at 7 p.m., unless the weather is too bad, in which case the show will be held tomorrow afternoon at 2.
Tuesday, the 27th, is renewal day for both the junior class and the kindergarten through 5th grade students.
Also on Tuesday, there is DARE graduation in the MEC starting at 6:30.
On Wednesday, there will be youth faith formation from 6:30 until 7:30 p.m.
Thursday, Holy Thursday, there will be a high school girls and boys track meet at Northeast starting at 4:30.
Friday, there will be no school, as it'll be the start of Easter break, which will last until April 3rd.
For Marquette in Motion, this has been Miranda Peters.
And Hallie Kilberg.
And remember, stay informed, stay involved, stay
in motion.